Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm in McLaren Park for a reason. I just want to emphasize size. So recently, just a few days ago, a conductor on the subway, as I was entering the R train, told me that my wagon with my camera equipment is too big to be in the subway or on the subway. Now, I already filed a complaint against the MTA. I already filed a complaint against the MTA for harassment as well. And I just want to emphasize strollers. There are a lot of strollers out here that are bigger than my wagon, including this one that's entering the doorway. And this is allowed on the subway. These strollers are allowed on the subway. So keep that in mind, everybody. So as I walk around, I just want you to take a good look at stroller size. Because if you look at my wagon, it's 30 inches long by 29 inches width. As you can see, it's nothing but camera equipment. It's not harming anyone, it's not bothering anyone. It's just transportation. But I want to emphasize size by luggage, because imagine if I had two large size luggage duffel bags. That would equate to the same size as this wagon as well. Because remember those big large duffel suitcases? Yeah, imagine if I had two of those. That would equal this wagon total. But I'm emphasizing size, strollers. I just want you guys to take a good look. These strollers are allowed on the subway. They are taller than my wagon, and some of them are a bit longer than my wagon, and some of them are a bit too wider than my wagon. And as I am demonstrating the strollers, all right? So MTA, I want to ask you this question. Why do you continue to have your employees harass me? Mind you, I understand policy. Don't get me wrong. But there's nothing to complain or get upset about. Your conductor was going to threaten me and call the police. And I told him, please do. I want them to come. And then when I pulled out my press pass of New York City, he changed his tone of voice. Yes, he did. He started like, oh, you should have pulled that out and let me know who you were. I don't need to pull this out to let you know who I am. This is not a badge. This is an opportunity in your city. And I'm not even from your city. And you sit here and you disrespect it. So ladies and gentlemen, I showed him this after. And he like, oh, you should have shown me that. And we could have settled this. I'm like, I don't need to show you. This is not a badge. This is credentials. This is what I do professionally. So emphasize, ladies and gentlemen, on the subway, there are some biased conductors. I don't think they love their job that much. I understand there's a lot of subway crime, but to take it out on a commuter? Are you serious? You take your frustration out on commuters, harassing them because, what? You think this is a nuisance? I don't even ride the subway that often. When I need to get somewhere, the subway is the best convenient. So what do you want me to do? How am I supposed to get to Brooklyn to Manhattan, or Brooklyn from the Bronx, or Brooklyn to Hoboken, or Brooklyn to White Plains, upstate New York? So I just want to emphasize why the MTA is continuing to harass me on the subway. So I just finished filing my complaint online. Hopefully someone will respond to me. I do got my my report incident ticket number. I just want the MTA to know I'm the Panda photographer and you have been harassing me because I'm bringing a camera equipment. Mind you, this fit in one door. So in the subway, everybody, the doors, two doors open, right? You know, my wagon can fit in one side of the door because this is why this actually took place. So as the R train pulled up, one door opened, not both doors. And this is when the conductor said, and this is how it started, that's not gonna fit. I was like, you wanna bet? I rolled it right over and put it in there. He's like, oh. And he started talking this shit. Talking about, I'm not supposed to have this. This is not supposed to be on the subway. It's too large, too big. No, friend. And everyone in the subway is looking at this country like, why is he harassing this guy? That's some cool shit. I know, I can see it on the people's commuters' faces. They're like, wow, that guy has good, cool stuff. Why are you harassing him? Exactly my point. This is not the first or second or third time I've been harassed by a MTA agent at Bedford Avenue here in Williamsburg. He stopped that noise after he was told to cut it. And I guarantee this conductor is going to be told to cut it. This guy is suing us for harassment. You're harassing a paid customer and a commuter, so keep that in mind. So someone asked me what happened the other day on Instagram on the subway. It was a brief story, so I just wanted to emphasize this in 4K. I wanted to come to this park to emphasize strollers, luggage, size. Why the MTA's size luggage policy is out of date because there are bigger strollers than they 30%. So it's 30 inches width, 30 inches length, and it has to be a certain height. Therefore, all these strollers, and not only strollers, but luggage, large luggage compartments or bags or duffel bags, large ones, are not required to be on the subway either. So look at these strollers that's passing me by, friend. Taller or either the same size. And height. I'm talking about height. He was arguing about height, width, length, and I was like, I bet you it could fit through this door. Look how thin this wagon is, everybody. It could fit through a door. This is actually the size of someone sitting down on the subway and a seat. I can even fit in this space. Check this out. I want you guys to take good observations. Imagine this was a seat on the subway. You see? I can fit right in the corridors of this wagon, which means MTA, you have employees that just want to harass commuters. You see how I can fit in that space easily? No problem. So what's the problem? As I said, this wagon falls in the requirement because if a wheelchair is wider, mind you, a wheelchair is wider than this, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not trying to put wheelchairs on the spot because New York City is supposed to, by law, city law, and this goes for restaurants and establishments, up-to-date ones as well, you're supposed to have handicap accessibility. You see how this place, the Park House, was just built a year and a half ago or a year ago? You see how they have handicap accessibility? Because it's a newer building, they have to go by code. So MTA, you're harassing me when I'm in my right to use the handicap elevators, not the escalator, but sometimes I do on 14th Street when the elevator is so slow coming down. Keep that in mind on Union Square when I have to transfer. But when the police see me, they're like, hey, you're the Panda guy. What's up, man? How you doing today? Hard at work, trying to get that work? I hear you. Have a good day. Some police officers are nice, and they know. As the police officers at this station told this agent, hey, man, that's harassment. Yo, listen, man, this guy is, he's not bothering anyone. Are you about to do something on the subway? Are you about to solicitate on anything? No? Then you're free to go, my friend. So I want to let the commissioner, the MTA commissioner know that I am following a lawsuit against you, friend. I don't think it's right for your employees to keep harassing me when first and foremost, I identify myself. I don't need to identify myself any longer in this video. I'm just documenting my experience. And yes, there's video of it. But I came to this park to emphasize why everyone in this park uses the subway here with strollers. I don't appreciate, just 2 weeks ago, I was in a subway coming from 34th Street, Penn Station, to Bedford Avenue, and it took me 2 hours and 12 minutes. Normally, that trip would take me 25 minutes to get from Penn Station Amtrak to Bedford Avenue, but it took me 2 hours and 12 minutes. But I just want to emphasize size, luggage size, stroller size, compared to my wagon. And if I didn't have a wagon, I would have 2 large luggage duffel, what do you call that? There's 2, the old school luggage bags, man. Those things are big and tall, right? Imagine I had 2 of those. It would equal both its whole size as this wagon. It would dwarf this wagon. So I don't understand why our employees are harassing honest people on the subway. And this is why New York City is just, New York City is just, I don't know, it's like you're bipolar, friend. Make up your mind. What I tell everyone, that's ThePandaPhotographer, everybody. That's a documentarian. This is just harassment. So, take care of yourselves. Happy shooting.